Hey, this is David, Richter Scale Studios. This is going to be a short preview video of some mods I'm going to do in the future as a separate video. I have a build plate of mods right there. ABS printed feet that are got double yellow dot double dot squash balls. I don't know if that's going to do anything for the printer, but when you have multiple printers on the table, there's going to be vibrations that could help the print quality. TL smoothers, which is going to be a bigger video. I'm going to do some comparisons like I did with the Fang. And then I'm changing the springs out. I've already done it, but I'm just showing the springs. I took out the original cheaper metal ones, put the same ones that they have on the CR10. It looks a little, doesn't look so cramped down there or like they're getting squished. So that's doing well. And then I'm going to come back and show you the little challenge we're going to do on the prints. Yeah, we're back. Also, there's another mod I'm going to do too. When I was talking about, this is the original Ender 3. There's, I think, 2 more editions. There's one that just came out with a new bed plate. I'm going to buy that plate. I should have it here Saturday. It's right here. So the Creality upgraded print platform. It's like the Ultra Base, which I have on my CR10S, and on my Anycubic Ultra Base I have one. I love that bed. I've had, not problems, well, I guess you can call it a problem. Let's go to the print bed. This is the polypropylene bed, and it's by Marmorabot or something like that. I've had no problems with the smaller prints, but the bigger prints, like this is going to be the test print. We'll go to that in a second. I'm just kind of taking another detour here. See the curling? Amazing. I mean, there's nothing on that bed. There's no hairspray or anything. And glass finish, I mean, you can't ask for a better first layer than that. But it pulls off on the corners. I talked to Chris over at Tiny Machines 3D. Told me to use a little bit of hairspray. It does work, but I'm trying to get away from spraying hairsprays or anything like that. If I was going to use this against regular glass, I'd use the polypropylene because the lack of weight, the less weight it uses, so it's not putting so much torque on your Y motors. So this, good to the test print now. This is kind of what I'm kind of screwing around with the simplified 3D settings and trying to get the mechanicals all nailed down on the Ender 3. You can see there's all kinds of artifacts. A couple of these artifacts right there, if you can see those. Hopefully the camera shows that up. That was from, excuse me, the eccentric nut on the X-axis being a little too tight. Pulling it back and forth, you can see this in the background. Or maybe not. Let's see if I can pull the camera up a little bit. Coming this across, I was starting to get like clicking. I just played with it back and forth. Make sure all the wheels are grabbing, but just, barely grabbing, and there's no resistance anymore. So I think I'll get rid of these 2 big artifacts. And the TL smoothers, because this is no TL smoothers on this, the original Ender 3s are notorious for the salmon skin, which you can see when I bounce it off the light. We'll see if that comes off too with the TL smoothers. I don't think we're going to get much from the squash balls, and I've already put on stepper dampers. There's so many videos on that, and it does work. It doesn't affect your performance at all, but the sound is so much better because I'm up in a studio loft. I call this. It's a converted attic with a staircase that goes downstairs. I can hear this thing whining all through my house. And then my CR10 has them, and I haven't done it on the Anycubic. I might not do anything on that. That thing prints too well. And then I might be putting them on my old printer bot, which today I just heard the news they're going out of business after 7 years and a huge successful Kickstarter. Brooke Dunn was like, a big pioneer in what we know as 3D printing today. And it's a beautiful printer. I mean, the axis and all this stuff is linear axis rails for the Y and X. It's a really well-built machine. So that's going to be that, and that's going to be our preview. So when we come back, I don't know if I'm going to show you how to put the feet on. That's ridiculous. But I'm going to put the TL smoothers in the control box, and that's been, if you saw one of my previous videos, I printed out an ABS cover for that. It's actually 2 pieces. It's got one main piece that has smoother mounts in it, so you have to worry about it shorting out in the small box. And then a separate thing that slides underneath and clicks in kind of, that holds the fan. So it's a 2-piece, interesting, breaks up the color a little bit. I'm using all the Paramount Iron Red ABS for that, just like I have on the Pet Fang, which I'm enjoying. You saw in my last video, it didn't really do much difference, but you're using that same crappy little fan that Creality puts on all their printers. I know if I put it, I was using the older version on my CR10 with the 50 15 blower fan, and that thing is, I mean, you can hear the air just blasting everywhere. So I'm going to end this video here. So when we come back, and there'll be a couple days, I got to wait for that new plate to come in. We'll run the test and show you the installation of the TL smoothers and go from there. As usual, I'm jumping back in real quick. I forgot, the test print is from CORVUS Games Train. It's a train company out of Ireland. They're making, I think it makes train for different games, but that's for Star Wars Legion. And I believe this is for on Thingiverse. It's a test print he put out. It's called Crash Starship A or something like that. Like I said, it's a very detailed little piece. It's kind of cool if you're into wargaming, and a good way to show the salmon skin. Also, I want to give a shout out to Nerys. If you ever check out his channel, he does those Iron Man Wednesday live streams where he shows off new printers he gets sent to him and how to build them, and got good advice for everyone. He's very communicative, and does I think a Saturday small video he puts out too. I got this idea from him. These are called Ben's Floating Benchies. I love these better than the regular Benchy. There's so much more detail on them to push your printer's abilities. Like, look at the railing on that thing. Then this is the Paramount Primordial Earth, and it's a nicer printer. And even my printer was not really dialed in yet. It's doing much better. Like, I think that's that X-axis problem right there. It looks like someone kicked it in. And just doing different inexpensive print filaments too. That's a MELCA wood color, no wood. It's kind of a caramel color. And this is the filament I'm going to actually do the test with. TOTALPACK Black PLA. I picked up a bunch of this stuff when it was on sale on Amazon for $9.99 a roll. It's still like $14, or I think get 2 rolls for $26. Very reasonable. It's a decent PLA. I haven't really had a bad PLA in 4 years, but you know, it gets old over time. But all the new stuff is pretty good. So that's all I want to add to it. And anything that I have on here, I'll do affiliate links. If you use those, I appreciate it. It helps put new equipment and things like that, and buy new PLA. What else? Oh yeah, on all the links to the Benchy and the I'll put one to CORVUS Games Train Company too. It's just fun training. You want to print out some cool buildings for Star Wars Legion game, or just some cool looking stuff to print out. Very inexpensive STL files for what you get. So that is it for sure now. We'll see you in the next video.